What is going on, members of the Shy Guy Squad? My name is Dan, otherwise known as Danekii, and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon Citra quality Wi-Fi battle. Today we're facing off against Harris. Links are in the description. I met him on Leo's Discord server. He was ready to have a battle, and I of course accepted that with my new team here with Infernape, Umbreon, Tapu Koko, Mew, Zygarde 50%, and Mega Scizor. Now my opponent on the other hand has brought himself the Landorus T, the Hoopa Unbound, the Mega Metagross, the Magearna, the Tapu Koko, and the Garchomp. So a very threatening team there on my opponent's side of the field, but I'm not too afraid. I think we can handle this with my team. I have a really good liking for this team. I think it synergizes really well with each other. Of course there are some flaws to it, but maybe Harris will be the one to exploit it, or maybe we'll break past it, who knows. But with that being said, let's just check out how this battle went though. So, of course Harris here, he is going to issue a challenge like my opponents do, as he is going to lead off with his Landorus, his Codsworth, his Lando Griffin, as I'm going to lead off with my Earthbound Immortal Kusulu, which is my Infernape because monkeys. And yeah, so he's gonna get the Intimidate off, but I'm not too afraid as of right now because I'm thinking I have packed HP Ice for this thing and Garchomp specifically. But this plan backfires a little bit. It does weaken Landorus, which is really good, but he holds a Focus Sash, so I'm just like, ah, drat, that sucks. So Kusulu is going to lose some HP, of course, due to Life Orb, as he's going to go for the Earthquake. And I was just thinking like, Knockus, that is unfortunate right there. So Kusulu is going to drop to the Earthquake, of course, and Landorus is just still standing, so I have to send out Weevil! Don't worry, Taya, it's Weevil. Now, you know what, this time Weevil is good. It isn't anything bad this time, it's the Bug Man. And he knows that this man is actually kinda threatening. This man going for the Bullet Punch here, and my boy, as I like to call Landorus, Yuya Sakaki, just dropped. So that's unfortunate right there, but Scizor came in clutch as Magearna is the switch in. And for those of you who don't know, Magearna is a threat and a half, but he just opts to go for Flash Cannon here. He was probably predicting me to make some sort of switch out, as I stayed in and clicked U-turn because I wanted to have a safe play. But if he had Hidden Power Fire, that would have really messed me up right there, and it would have really ruined this game a lot. So I'm going to swap out here and go into my Yusei Fudo, my Tapu Koko. Because I was thinking, hey, maybe this is the Pokemon that I can attempt to, you know, get a Calm Mind off on and just start wrecking shop on his team. As I do in fact set up that Calm Mind, though. Calm Mind Tapu Koko, ladies and gentlemen. Got the idea from one of Doakes' TVU teams actually, and I loved it. And I was like, I gotta try this out for myself on Wi-Fi to see if the coverage of Electric and Fairy can be enough. As you see, I take less than 50% from that Flash Cannon, and I get my leftovers recovered back up, so we're at a decent point there. I could definitely take another one, but I don't want to risk that, so he's going to withdraw his Magearna here, and I was thinking, okay, I'm just going to click Thunderbolt, but Harris reads that nicely as he swaps into his Garchomp, and he definitely knows how to deal with my Tapu Koko, because why else would you switch in a Dragon on Tapu Koko other than the fact to take like the Dragon Thunderbolt? No, this man, he is Scarf Chomp. So this opens up a door for me though. This does indeed open up a door, as I need to get this thing in on a separate occasion once some of his mons are a little bit more weakened, because this is the mon I can set up Mew on. So now I'm going to send in the Great Leviathan, man. Summon the Great Leviathan. I love Darts in Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. I swear he is hilarious. I love the voice. I'm a natural turquoise. But my opponent is going to send in the Hoopa Unbound. That's a threat and a half right there. Look at them arms. And I was running some calcs on this thing because, you know, Hoopa Unbound is scary, and I did calc. And it said that right now, 1,000 arrows had a chance to kill. Of course, you know, rolls and stuff are always in your favor, and by always, I mean never. As you guys are about to see here, he lives on a sliver, and that's like a min roll for 1,000 arrows, unless he, of course, has some HP investments that I don't know about. But, boy, that Dark Pulse, man, that hurt. I should have just gone for another Dragon Dance. That would have been nice, just a Zygarde cleanup. But alas, I did not do that, and I'm going to go for another 1,000 arrows because I know outspeed, and anything he wants to switch in is, you know, null and void. But we knock out Hoopa Unbound, and you know, that is kind of clean, you know, huge threat out of the way right there. So I'm going to get myself some more health, man, as he sends in Magearna again, and oh my god, I'm scared, man. And I'm gonna go for 1,000 arrows, but this man is Shukaberry, so kind of nice and very interesting Magearna set right there. Shukaberry to deal with Zygarde, so it can take an even +1. Imagine if I did go for the Dragon Dance against the Hoopa. I would have been +2, Hoopa would have dropped, this thing would have dropped even with the Shukaberry, but he's going to go for a Flash Cannon that is going to be more than enough to take out the Great Leviathan. Just like in the Yu-Gi-Oh show, the Leviathan was defeated. And Magearna is going to get that Soul Heart boost too as I send in a Tem. A Tem is out here again. And Earth Power goes off as Magearna is defeated. So the Slayer of the Leviathan is destroyed now. Magic Land. He was sent to Magic Land. And Metagross comes out. I'm like, oh boy. Hey, buddy, I cannot send off my Z move against you. So I shall send in Weevil! I don't know. I can't tell which voice I like more. I think Tristan is my favorite. But yeah, he's going to Mega Evolve his Metagross right here. And it looks so clean. I love shiny Metagross, man. It looks so good. And he's going to send off a Meteor Mash right here into my Scizzor's face, which does nothing. My Scizzor drank that, but then again, I am bringing the defensive Scizzor variant. So I thinking that he's going to switch out as he gets in the Garchomp. I'm thinking, oh yes, this is exactly what I needed. I can now potentially try to pull off something with Mew. As I get a crit on the Garchomp, which is of course very unfortunate, but I do what you do. I mean, you know guys, just do what you gotta do. You take what the game gives you. If it's in your favor, you accept it. You feel bad on your opponent's behalf, but you accept it. So my opponent chose to go all out with the Outrageous. I set up the Rock Polish now. I was thinking if he went for Earthquake, I could have potentially taken it too, so I could have gotten up the Nasty Plot, which would have in terms meant that I would have OHKO'd the Metagross, but alas, I only get off that because of Outrage. So I'm going to surround myself with my all-out Z power and use my Genesis Supernova, the final countdown of the Pokemon series. 2,000 life points and 20 turns later, you have been destroyed. It's a guaranteed win right there if you live for 20 turns. It's just your opponent forfeits or something. Sure, I don't really know how Final Countdown would work, but you know it's great. Garchomp falls down to the power of Mew as the battlefield gets weird. I like how Genesis Supernova actually sets up Psychic Terrain. It's kind of cool. So my opponent chooses to send in the Metagross again, as I can't preserve Mew. Mew doesn't have any use for me anymore. It's too slow. So I'm going to go for an Earth Power. It does a little bit over 50% as my opponent is going to go for the Meteor Mash and just destroy my Mew. Can't Bullet Punch, you know. So I'm going to send in my Scizzor, thinking that I can deal with this thing very easily. Shouldn't be a problem to me, as my opponent chooses to go into the Tapu Koko. So very good switch on my opponent's part in my opinion. And yes, this means of course that he is going to set up the terrain, which means that I can now click Bullet Punch. After this roost, I can now first get my health back up, be able to live any hit that this Koko wants to go for, and try to punish it to the best of my ability. Because at the current time and state where I am, with my Umbreon being my last Pokemon in the back, it's not looking too good for me. And as you can see, I only do about 37, maybe that was possibly a high roll. And he does over 50 with his Thunderbolts. I have to pray that some miracle happens here, and truth be told, Weevil is the RNG god and gives me a crit, putting Tapu Koko in range of foul play from my Umbreon, meaning that I can take on both Tapu Koko and Mega Metagross with my Umbreon alone, because it is a physically defensive Tapu Koko, physically defensive Umbreon, which allows me to take on the Mega Metagross. So he's going to go for Thunderbolt, and ouch, that hurts. That did almost half. I mean, considering the fact that I'm not Spadef at all, that actually isn't that much. Umbreon is fat. Like, it's slick body, but it's fat. So that's kind of nice right there, as my opponent now is going to send out Metagross. And this is 1v1 right now, and that crit definitely mattered, but I'm going to go for Protect in case he had Hammer Arm, because I know from like looking at the team and stuff and building it that I was in range of Hammer Arm right there if he was the Hammer Arm set. So I'm going to get myself to a little bit above that range due to leftovers. So now I know that the only way he can beat me is if he gets a crit. And of course that could still happen, and I'm terrified as this Meteor Mash goes on. I'm just like, please don't crit me. That's the only thing that could go wrong. But he does not get the crit, but he does get the attack raise as I go for a foul play, and if it didn't kill him enough as it was, without the attack raise, he's gone now. So Metagross faints and we pick up that W. So definitely a good game to my opponent Harris. Be sure to check him out once again in the description down below. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you all for watching. Have a beautiful day, and I hope to see all of you guys next time.